Hi guys, nice to see you on our cryptocurrency channel. And today we have a guest. It's a representative of Gamerse, Khaled, Jama, and today we're gonna discuss the key features and advantages of Gamerse and etc. and so on. So we will ask you step by step, and you can reply us whatever you want and so on. So guys, let's start asking questions.
Yes, Khaled, could you tell us more about newest service of Gamers? I mean, like SAM, social aggregator marketplace. How it's going? Have you onboarded some projects into it?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. So in terms of our SAM, which is our social aggregator marketplace, development has been going really, really well. I could tell you guys about a few of the features and what makes us different to your usual NFT marketplace. So we're really focused on the social side of things. So just for example, with our NFTs on our platform, users could like, share, comment, which is of course usual with your social media features, and also rating the NFT. So rating the NFT allows like a review system before actually purchasing the NFT. And it's great just for the transparency of the crypto investor, especially the ones who are new to NFTs, to sort of have a bit of a background on the NFTs that they're purchasing. We also have direct messaging, where you could actually social trade, as we like to call it at Gamerse. That if a NFT is listed, for example, as open for bids, users could actually direct message, negotiate a price. Even if the NFT is not up for listing, we have that social feature on our marketplace, which is really cool. Then we have the aggregator side of things, which is also really cool. So we're actually aggregating a lot of the NFT gaming projects and metaverse projects to give them a new home and to really create a social media, right? So we have a lot of partners now, guys. I want to keep it as a teaser. So I want everyone to follow our Twitter at Gamerse NFT, on Instagram as well, on Facebook. It's all like Gamerse NFT. We have a lot of announcements that are coming ahead. So that's definitely something to look out for.
I definitely love the mystery there. So guys, stay tuned on Gamer social channels for this one. And as for the next question is that if you could name 3 problems that gamers can solve, it doesn't have to be, social aggregating marketplace. It can be in general gamers. What is it and how do you tackle them?
Absolutely. I would say one of the first things that we tackle is the fragmentation. So there's a lot of projects launching, a lot of gaming projects. They're on different blockchains. Sort of like we're solving the fragmentation in terms of giving them a unified single social hub. And we actually mainly through our core do that through our looking for groups. So our native token LFG actually stands for looking for groups. So this is what we really focused on the most. It's solving the problem of fragmentation by giving the GameFi industry a home. Another one that we're really solving is the social engagements, which we have actually utilized, as I was describing, with some of the social features, which one that I haven't mentioned yet, guys, is our SocialFi model. You guys are probably wondering what does SocialFi mean? This is actually a pioneering model, which is our share to earn model, which we've innovated here at Gamerse. So that's something that's very interesting in terms of allowing the community to actually earn yield, rewards, through sharing content that the games post. And that's done in like a 2-way streak where the community, they earn their yield by sharing on their social medias and giving exposure, which is great. And then the games also earn yield by keeping engagement and keeping users staking on the actual groups. So that's something that we're excited about. And then I'll say that another problem is the ease of use. NFTs to a lot of people, they can feel intimidating. They might have heard of it, but they don't really know what they are. They might have heard of NFT and blockchain gaming, but they don't know where to start. And our platform gives them a really easy way to learn about new games, discover games, easily sort of get to play those games through our game pages. So yeah, I would say that that's another problem that we solve.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think the social fight, it's a kind of new paradigm of cryptocurrency market also. And what else in gamers focusing the most on? What's your thoughts? What's your ideas about it?
One of the main things that we're focused on is that we're a community-driven platform. So we're actually focusing on our DAOs. And we have a model of a social DAO, whereby it's actually creating a DAO that has more of a say. So they could actually create their own ballots. They could comment, you know, and sort of like interact on specific sort of polls that go up. So we're really focused on the DAO side of things, and of course keeping the social engagement. And we've actually leveraged that by creating pools for our DAOs, where it gives users extra incentive on the platform. So it's all about giving back, and it's all about focusing on the community-driven aspect. So that's something that I would say, you know, we're really focused on. As Gamerse is nothing without the gamers, you know.
Yes, DAOs definitely will be big in the future. It will be a key component of Web3. Definitely, it's also what we're thinking of. What do you think will be the biggest challenge in the current crypto market for any crypto startups?
I would say the biggest challenge is gaining the trust of the community. Transparency is really key in that. That's something that blockchain leverages through the ledger, you know, and through being very open, transparent, that you can follow everything. But I still think that that's the biggest challenge. There's so many projects launching. It's really trying to find a genuine one. And what we have seen is the best way is to communicate as much as you can with your community. We actually have a program in Gamerse. We call them OGs, original gamers, where we've like really listened to our community and then gave them perks and sort of added status through all of their activities, because you build relationships within the community essentially. So I would say that is the struggle. Another struggle is finding the community. Where do you start sometimes, right? This is what Gamerse is actually helping with as well. By giving a platform where it's like, it becomes a hub in itself, and we're essentially creating like a one-stop shop for NFT gaming and metaverse projects. So that's something that we're actually also trying to solve in making it easier to discover games and to give them exposure.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. You know what? I definitely agree with being transparent and having genuine communication, because this is very rare to find, especially in a world full of, you know, a lot of projects and stuff. So next is, how do you solve the primary pain points of your clients? So you know how they face the problems of their own and they share it to you. How do you solve it? By being who you are, by being a community-driven project.
Absolutely, that's a really good question. In terms of how we solve it, it's by example, what I was saying about the reach. So just to give them a wider reach, we've actually leveraged on our landing page a section for featured drops to give them maximum exposure for when they drop an NFT, because it's all about the launch. That's how it usually is with crypto, whether it's NFTs, you know, whether it's a coin. A lot of emphasis has been put on the drop and gaining up hype. So we've tried to give them maximum exposure to sort of engage in like marketing activities as well, to cross promote on each other's communities, you know, write extensive medium blogs explaining the partnership, really focusing on that as well to educate people, because, you know, learning more makes you sort of understand the value of what the project is doing, which we like to help as well. So some of the pain points is really, we've listened to sort of our partners, and reach has always been something that's come up again and again. So example, on our game pages, we actually have a section where we link their website, we link all of their social medias, we sort of link their contract address to just make it easier to find their native token. So yeah, we've really focused on like a lot of those sort of like pain points that our partners have already sort of told us about.
Yeah, great. If to speak in general, which three areas in crypto field do you see most thriving in the next couple of years, maybe 5 years? I understand that it's very long perspective, but still.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to look ahead. This is what makes you a better builder today, you know? So yeah, I would say NFTs are still going to be very huge. I think we're still at the early stage. A lot more attributes will definitely come from NFTs. I think the best use case of NFTs is NFT gaming, to really be honest with you. So I think NFT gaming is one. I think metaverse is definitely one as well, with avatars, 3D, virtual land. Some of these things are really becoming popular, and not just becoming popular as a hype, you know, but actually having use case and things really becoming digital, virtual. I think this is where things are headed to, and I can see that growing. And then another one I would say is the social sort of element with the Web3, which hasn't happened yet, but I can see that happening more, and I can see that growing. So, I mean, you know, it's quite funny, but Gamerse is sort of trying to be in a lot of these domains, because we see that being the future. So yeah, I would say these are like the biggest sort of trends to come.
Very well. What kind of advice would you give to crypto rookies who would like to be part of this crypto metaverse, even for the years to come?
Absolutely. In terms of advice, I would always say do your background research on projects. It's very, very important. You should study the utility, you know, you should study sort of the story behind where the idea came from, really understanding where that project fits into the space, you know, almost to have your like VC hat on, but just as a rookie, you should always be thinking like that as well, you know, studying projects a bit before you go in and invest. I would say that that's very important. And then also just keeping up to date with news. I think that's something which is important, which our platform is trying to help in as well. Our Gamerse social app, that's something that we're also doing in terms of like being social media, in terms of news. Yeah, I would say keep up to date, just so you don't make the wrong investment, or you know, you're not playing maybe the right game, or you're involved in the biggest metaverse. So yeah, I would say research is key.
Definitely amazing advice from the professional himself. So now, it wouldn't be actually our own ABG podcast without the most valued and most asked question. So how would you describe Gamerse in exactly 3 words? Or if it's a bit of a challenge, maybe just 1 sentence?
NFT gaming social.
Perfect. I thought you would actually think so much about it, but yeah, that was cool. Amazing, thank you.
Yeah, perfectly done. So guys, if anyone have some questions, we can ask, or we can summarize what we've got at this moment. And what do you think, guys?
It's definitely a very huge project. It's a long-term project for sure, but it covers a lot. It can be very, very big. Probably will be one of the, especially Khaled has mentioned social, fi, and probably play and earn concept, where gamers are in the focus and not games themselves. Yes, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you because I think social fi NFTs is one of the main streams or main paradigm and main trends of cryptocurrency market nowadays, and I think it has a very tremendous perspective because it's a something new that comes to our life, I think. So guys, Khaled, thank you very much for joining us today. It's really a pleasure for us to communicate with you, to hear these wonderful and amazing words from you, and to achieve all the goals that you and your team plan, and do it in a not very long perspective, but in short perspective, I think.
Thank you very much, and appreciate you guys as well. And yeah, I would just like to say to everyone to sort of go to gamerse.com and sort of read our white paper. I think that that's the best way to learn about Gamerse if you would really like to. Absolutely, and I appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. It's absolutely true. Let me underline your final words. I strongly recommend for everyone to read white paper of the project, to understand the main idea of the project, and to understand what is the reason for growth, what is the reason for development, and etc. and so on. So thank you very much. Have a nice time. And today we upload this video on our YouTube channel, and you can share it through your audience and to give it to your followers. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.